This is the ThL W100 Super 3G smartphone. We're talking a Android Jelly Bean 4.2 quad-core 1.2 gigahertz handset with WCDMA 4.5-inch screen, an 8-megapixel camera, and all the goodies you'd expect: Bluetooth, GPS, Wi-Fi, etc. The astonishing thing about this is a real killer price for the specifications. As with all ThL products, it's quite solidly built, at least as well as the mainstream. Comes with two 1800 milliamp hour batteries, twin SIM, and a SD card slot here, which will only take up to 32 gigabytes, mind you. And at the top here we can see the power button, micro USB charger, and the 3.5 for the headphone. Very neat. Some nice sensors on the front, volume switch, nothing else anywhere else, so it's quite clean. Soft keys at the bottom, so to switch it on. And we'll see that once it's booted, it's quite a quick boot. You can tell the company's serious when they have a little jingle, can't you? Technology, happy life. There you go. Nice little home screen, and a really nice screen. The price comes about, well, probably because they're just being basically very aggressive about their marketing, but also, you know, they've cut down things like, compared to some of their other high-end smartphones, things like the screen resolution, and also the RAM. Oh, this has a gigabyte of RAM. In operation, it's really nice. The whole thing is very crisp. The screen is beautifully responsive. I mean, probably one of the best of these type I've ever come across. And it's fast, as you'd expect with a quad core. You know, it's not a sluggard at all. Things like making your way through websites is a cinch, and Google Maps. I mean, they've cleared up all the problems with the GPS we talked about in the last iteration of the last phone we covered from ThL, which was the W5. This new model really syncs quickly. It's accurate, and the navigation works flawlessly. So it's a whole new ball game, really, in terms of the functionality and the feature set, because there's nothing we can say that this doesn't do that it should do, really. The camera, as you'd expect, I mean, it's, you know, these kind of, I mean, it's 8 megapixels. There isn't a 12 megapixel function mode, but, you know, rather like digital zoom, don't bother using it. It's not that much of it. It's no improvement at all, in fact. You have some nice camera options like HDR, a nice panorama, set of panorama settings. I mean, it's all based around the MediaTek chipset, so you'd expect to find this on all these smartphones using the same chipset. But what impresses us about this, I mean, the battery life. We've had this now, and it's easily running a day, so, you know, there's no real problem with that. But what's impressing us with these kind of products now is that they're just so complete. You know, this is if I show you, this is running, you know, an almost stock Android 4.2.1, which puts it bang up to date. You know, ahead of a lot of phones, branded phones, which should be, you know, up here but aren't, but are still lurking back in the earlier Android versions. And everything's nice. Again, with the thing we love, this is the Twin SIM management system. So it's a really efficient way of handling or managing the two SIMs. So you can allocate data and calls to one, or do whichever way you want to do it. Have a foreign foreign SIM or a domestic SIM. There's just a bunch of really nice features about this. The looks, I mean, it's plastic, but it's, you know, again, remember the price, you know, compared to $700 or more for an S4, you know. Speaking of which, you know, let's have a look. There's an S4, you know, $700 versus $169. Okay, so the benchmark specs on the S4 blow the ThL away, but there again, you know, does it blow it away 7 times, you know, 5 times, or however 4 times as much? That's the question you've got to ask if you're out there shopping. You can probably tell we're really impressed with this W100. It's really a stonking handset. And the only caveat we have with them is we'd like to see a more official Android upgrade path. Now, so saying, you know, most of the branded products also have much of a choppy upgrade path for Android. So it's nothing that the others aren't doing at the same time. But, you know, really, all of these smartphones now should start getting their act together. I know it's partly Android's fault or Google's fault, whoever you're going to blame. But anyway, it would be nice to see some sort of coordination across all the handsets. There you go, the ThL W100. Very nice indeed.